Hi guys, it's Morgan from the Trove, and I'm back from the dead. Undead Morgan will continue with your regularly scheduled programming. The first month of 2014 is officially over, and I know I didn't do a December favorite, so I'm gonna do a January favorites for you guys. As you may know, I was sick for about 2.5 weeks and it was really debilitating, and I really didn't get to do much besides like watch movies, read, do stuff like that. So I have a lot of like entertainment favorites to share with you guys, not so much beauty products. I do have some. This month I actually switched cold creams, and this cold cream you can also get at the dollar store. But I was reading, for some reason, I never do this, I was compelled to read the ingredients on my current cold cream that I had been using before. You've seen it, it's in the big white package with the gold label, also found at the dollar store, and it had some kind of scary ingredients in it, like some that can cause blood poisoning if you put it on open skin, and that kind of scared me a little bit. So I'll still use that cold cream. It's still a really good cold cream, just on my body and not really on my face where it's super sensitive. But this cold cream you can also pick up at the dollar store. I actually see this kind there a lot more than the other kind, and it has a lot less ingredients. If you can see, it's just kind of simple. These are actually much more similar to what's in the ingredients that are in Pond's cold cream. So there's just water, mineral oil, beeswax, stuff like that, camphor oil, a lot more natural things than chemicals in this cold cream. And it's the same consistency. It's actually a little bit thicker than the other cold cream, which I kind of like, and it takes a lot less. As you can see, I've been using this for like 3 weeks now, and look at how much is gone, like barely any. It takes a lot less to moisturize your skin, and I just rub it in like a regular moisturizer, and I find I only need like a pea size rather than like a quarter size to fill like 1/2 of my face. So, and it smells really great too, which I'm surprised, because most cold creams that I've tried, maybe it's just because like I had this one horrible experience with cold cream, so like I was scarred forever. By the way, I'm home from work today because you want to see what it looks like outside. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see the individual flecks of snow, but it's currently a whiteout outside. So that is lovely. Oh, because I'm 5 years old, I like to go stroll the value sections at Target, where there's things that are like $1 and $1.50, and most of them are aimed towards kids, let's be honest. I've actually picked up a Batman journal there that was for little boys, and Batman socks and stuff like that. But I decided to be 3 years old and pick up this Hello Kitty strawberry lip balm, which was $1. And I actually really enjoy this lip balm. I use this a ton in January. It was actually one of the only lip products that I used to keep my chapped lips at bay, and it did the job just as well as my Burt's Bees chapstick. It actually smells a lot better, in my opinion. Maybe it's just like brings back the nostalgia of being like 6 and my mom giving me my first like Bonnie Bell chapstick. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is, but I just really enjoyed this, and it kept my lips super smooth. Like, I didn't have flaking like I normally do on my lips, which gets really, really bad in January and February. So if you're ever at Target and you want to try one of the little kids' lip balms, they're actually pretty darn good, I have to say. Sticking with lip products, before I went on vacation, I picked up this product. It was 75% off, so I got it for around, I think, $1.75, and I never tried these before, so I was really excited. And it's the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain, and this one is in the color Darling, and I'm actually wearing it right now. I didn't go out a lot. I didn't wear makeup pretty much all of January. This is like the first time I've had like a full face of makeup on with eyeshadow and eyeliner and everything on since like New Year's Eve. Yeah, it's been that long, so I'm excited. But if I did go out, or if I went to work and I was wearing this stain, I really enjoyed this. I really love the color, which it's like this pinky purple, like that radiant orchid color that is the color of the year. I just really, really love this color. I'm a sucker for purple lipstick. You should see, I have probably, in my lipstick collection, I probably have 75% of it is purple lipsticks in various shades. Oh, I got a goober in my eye. Excuse me, hold on. Anyway, about 75% of it is purple lipstick, and the other, like, math, 25% is red, pink, and natural. So anytime I see a cheap purple lipstick or a discounted, like, high-end lipstick that's purple, I always pick it up. And I really like this. It does stain, like it says. I know you probably heard every YouTuber in the entire world talk about this, but it does stain my lips, but it stains it. I have a problem with things that stain. It always stains my lips the same color, and it's probably because of the chemistry of my lips or whatever. It stains it like this. I don't know if it's turning already. Like this hot pink purple color, which I have never really liked. I'm like holding this open, by the way, like talking to you with the cap off. Let's put it back on so I don't ruin it, because I will. So they stain my lips this really strange, like hot pink color that I really don't like. It stays true to color for a while, but after a while it does start turning that color, and it kind of like turns just like right on the inside of my lips, so I kind of have like that ombre lip thing going. That's okay. It does last through eating and drinking. It's like the only lip product that says it'll last through eating and drinking that actually does deliver. I find I really have to reapply this, so that's why it was like one of my go-to lip products in January, and it doesn't dry. It does feel like a balm, like it actually says. So I am in love with these. I will definitely pick more of these up. They actually just came out with a matte one, which I really want to try. So whenever I have some extra cash, I'll definitely splurge and pick up one of those matte balm stains, because I'm just like so curious about that. Anyway, I did get a chance before I got sick to go picking for some vintage items for the shop and to go thrifting and whatnot. I didn't really find anything thrifting, but I did get a chance to pick through some vintage stuff for the shop, and of course I snagged a little something for myself. And my favorite find of this month has to be this, I don't know if it's this 60s leather, I guess it could qualify as a trench, in this cool mahogany leather color. And look, the best part is that it has a hood. How cool is that? And look at the pleating detail on the back. I love this. All the details of vintage clothing just like amaze me. And one of the reasons I was so drawn to it is my favorite winter coat. I've never shared this with you guys, but I'll put a link to my blog of me wearing it or something. My favorite winter coat is the 60s camel colored wool coat that is very mod. It's got like an empire waist with simple buttons, just simple detailing, and it was made by this company called Junior Gallery, which in the 60s, juniors, it was the first time that there were any such thing really as juniors clothes, because that's when really the whole concept of being a teenager and a junior and having your own separate time before you're adult really came to be in existence, like the late 50s and the early 60s. It was made by this company or designer called Junior Gallery, and I had never ever seen it again. Sometimes designers from vintage era will pop up again, and I'll see repeats of like the same, but I had never seen Junior Gallery again, and this happens to be a Junior Gallery leather vintage coat, so I knew it had to be mine. And the fact that it fits me perfectly just reinforced that. So come spring, when it's like really rainy and we get that really temperamental weather where it's not warm and it's not cold, this will be perfect, and I can't wait to wear it. It's just amazing. I just thought, okay, I won't bore you to death talking about my love of vintage clothing, because I could talk for hours about one piece in January, because I was sick, I got to read a lot and I read a lot of books, but I think my favorite had to be this really awesome historical fiction, Girl with the Pearl Earring. And I actually owned this book for years because back in my hometown, which is about 20 minutes away from where I live now, we have this amazing bookstore that's owned by the library. It's across the street from the library, and all like the rejects that they've had for a long time, or they get donations of repeats of books, or they had a high demand of one point. Like I know like when Twilight was really popular, they got like an influx of the Twilight novels, and then when it became less popular, they all wound up at this bookstore, and they all sell the books for $2 or less, and a lot of the times the paperbacks are 50 cents. So I actually got this for 50 cents a few years ago, and I didn't get around to reading it till now. I am a sucker for historical fiction, and this is about the painter Johann Vermeer. Excuse me if I'm butchering his pronunciation, but he obviously painted the painting Girl with the Pearl Earring, which is on the front here, and really not a lot is known about his subjects in his paintings. Like no one really knows anything about this girl, where she came from, what's her story. So the author was very inspired after she had a poster of this painting hanging, excuse me, I just come right in, hanging on her wall, kind of made up the story around who this girl is. And it's about Griet, a 16-year-old maid who goes to work for the painter, and about how the story unfolds as to how she winds up in his painting. And it's really, really interesting. Griet, excuse me again for the pronunciation, has a very unique way of describing things and the way she sees things and how observant she is in the way she lives life. And it's also a really interesting peek at what life might have been like back in the 1660s in Europe or in Holland, like the threat of the plague and things like that. And I just thought this was great. I know a lot of people do not like this book and they hated on it, but if you're looking for a great quick read, it's like 250 pages. You can whip through it, and it's really interesting. So definitely recommend this book. Definitely was my favorite in January. My favorite TV show was a show that I probably watched the entirety of in a week or so. I don't know, there's probably 28-ish episodes. I'm really not sure how long it is, but it's on Netflix and it's called Bomb Girls. It's about 1940s Canada at a bomb factory and all the girls who worked in the bomb factory during that time. Do I need to say more? You know that I am obsessed with vintage, so it was the perfect thing for me to watch. The costumes, the interactions, the way that society was back then, it all just fascinated me, and the characters were amazing. The story was amazing. It kind of got a little weird in the second season, and I think that's probably why it got canceled, which breaks my heart. But it was still better than your average TV show. The first season is 6 episodes. If you're into any of that kind of like retro thing, you definitely should watch it. It's super gripping. It had me like, I was like, I have to watch the next episode. So if you are into 1940s kind of thing, I just like, after I started watching it, I just got so obsessed with the 40s in particular, and I went back through my wardrobe and was like, what thing 40s do I have that I can wear that's Bomb Girls? And I was just like, I'm gonna be so Bomb Girls. Like I became obsessed with the show. So definitely check that out if you like retro things. Yeah, January's over and I'm kind of relieved because January, let's face it, is the worst month in the year. It's cold. If it's not cold where you are, it kind of things slow down after Christmas and things kind of get a little depressing no matter where you live because the holidays are over. There's a big lull. There's really not much to do because everything slowed down so much. So I'm glad it's over. I'm looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to not being sick. And I'm glad I got to make another favorites for you guys because I miss doing these videos. I'm sorry if this is like really long, but I will be back to my regularly scheduled programming for you guys, and I'm so excited to make videos. I actually got a request today to make a fantasy to fashion. It will be a challenge, but I'm gonna I'm gonna see if I can do it. I hope you guys are surviving this snowstorm if you live in the Northeast where I live, because I know it just kind of like took out everybody. I hope you're staying safe. I hope that if you're anywhere where it's warm, you're having a wonderful time. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like, and remember, stay cheap and lazy.